Hi and welcome back to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and we continue our look at the Benjamin Mendy Louis Sahar Matturie trial. We're up to day 48. Yes, 5th of December 2022. The judges implied this may be the last day of summing up, etc. today, and the jury will be sent away to consider their verdict. So let's see how it's going on. And we've got up to lunchtime in this first part of this I'm going to do now, and then I'll carry on afterwards. Quite a lot to get through though, so we'll sort this out. Please, if you are new to the channel, please push that subscribe button. Usually everything's City, of course, football-wise, good, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the past, the present, forever, of course. But, of course, many of you are following this court case, like me as well. Yeah, so please push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications, get some of these things that are coming out, and if you can give us a little thumbs up, a little like button, press that little like button, that'll be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Right, to summarise, Mr. Mendy, 28, is accused of 7 counts of rape against 4 women, 1 count of attempted rape and 1 count of sexual assault. Offences are alleged to have taken place at his Cheshire home between October 2018 and August 2021, relating to 7 women in total. His co-defendant, Mr. Matturie from Eccles, is accused of 6 counts of rape and 3 counts of sexual assault relating to 7 women. Judge Stephen Everett resides at Chester Crown Court. My thanks as ever to the Manchester Evening News for their timeline, and their court reporters today in the morning were Todd Fitzgerald and Rebecca Day. 10:30 a.m. The case resumed. Judge Everett tells the jury that he will hopefully send the jurors out to consider their verdicts later today. He reminds the jurors of the evidence of Mr. Mendy. He said he'd been born in Paris and his parents were originally from Senegal. Mr. Mendy told them his parents didn't have a lot of money and he was the first in the family to start earning any real money. But as we know, there is no issue about this. He was good at football, said the judge. Mr. Mendy went to an academy and sometimes went home, but often did not. He started playing professional football for Le Havre at 16, and then at 18 he moved to Marseille. Mr. Mendy said that from then on, life changed, the judge reminds the jury. Later, he moved to Monaco, where he had a personal assistant, a chef, and even a driver, and that he never had experienced anything like that before. He said moving to Manchester City was the first time he had moved to England. Mr. Mendy told them the move was his dream, and he moved to the Spinney, his home in Cheshire. He said he employed a chef and close relatives and friends would come to stay with him. Mr. Mendy said he met Mr. Matturie during a night out and they got on very good. He said he could give Mr. Matturie, who he knew referred to as Sahar, some money. Mr. Mendy said Sahar would invite some of the women to parties, but that he would invite them too. He said he rented a flat in Salford, although he had let this property go in August of last year. Asked by his own barrister how easy it was to meet women, Mr. Mendy, the judge reminded the jurors, had replied, honestly, so easy. He said he started to receive attention from women, and he said that it was down to his status in football rather than his looks, and that this became 10 times more when he joined City. He said he enjoyed having sex with a lot of women. He said it was not a problem if someone did not want to have sex. He said he wanted the women to enjoy it. Mr. Mendy agreed he had sex with different women in different places in the house, the jurors are reminded. The defendant asked why he carried on despite some complainants coming forward to the police. He said he thought he had done nothing wrong. He said he now regretted this as he had spent time in prison and this gave him time to think. He said his father passed away during his time in prison. Mr. Mendy said he suffered a serious cruciate injury to his right knee and the following surgery did not play for 7 months. He said another injury meant he was out for another 4 months. He said he missed 123 games in all through injury. Mr. Mendy had said City stopped paying his wages in September. Mr. Mendy remembered meeting woman 1 in a nightclub in continental Europe. He said he was on crutches at the time, the jurors are reminded. He said when they met again on another occasion, the atmosphere was very fine that night and they went into a club where they were singing and dancing. Mr. Mendy said he and woman 1 started flirting and he joked with her that he would kidnap her. She stayed at Mr. Mendy's home that night and she spent the night with the other man. Mr. Mendy said he asked the woman 1 had been with if it would be okay to have sex with her, and he has said yes, the jurors are reminded. He said there was a consensual sexual encounter with the woman when he went to the bedroom. Mr. Mendy said he met woman 2 during another party he held during lockdown. Mr. Mendy admitted it was wrong to have done it and he felt embarrassed now, the judge reminds the jurors. He said he recalled Jesse Lingard of Manchester United had also been out that night. When the party moved to the Spinney, Mr. Mendy said he saw woman 2 with a phone and then took it inside to check it. Mr. Mendy said he found a picture of a wall in the house of Muhammad Ali and that he became very upset and then he deleted it. He said he also found a picture of woman 2 naked on the device, the jurors are reminded. Mr. Mendy said the woman did not ask for her phone back and that she followed him into the bedroom. He alleged the woman had given her a password for my eyes only, and he saw more pictures. Mr. Mendy said she was on the bed in her underwear and that she agreed to give him oral sex. She did not want to have sex, Mr. Mendy had said in his evidence. Woman 2 seemed okay afterwards. She said goodbye and left, Mr. Mendy had said during his evidence. Mr. Mendy said woman 3 had come to his house with 3 friends in January 2021. They were playing Jenga, he said. He said when she confronted him about allegedly touching her vagina, he had told her he didn't know what she was talking about, and he swore Allah he had done no wrong. Mr. Mendy has said he told the woman he had not made a lewd gesture suggesting he perform oral sex on her. The defendant said that later on the woman was trying to cuddle him by the pool and that he was confused. Mr. Mendy said the party continued and the guests were clapping as woman 3 was dancing, the judge reminds the jurors. Mr. Mendy said in his evidence that he had met woman 4 at a party in July 2021 and that they had said hello and that they were flirting in his kitchen. Woman 6 and 7 were also at the same party, Mr. Mendy had said. He asked woman 4 if they wanted to have sex and he said she had told him no because they needed to be in a relationship first. Mr. Mendy said he was not that kind of person to be in a relationship and that as he left she grabbed his arm. They started to kiss and she told him she did want to have sex. They started to have sex, they enjoyed it and it lasted about 5 minutes, Mr. Mendy had said in his evidence. Mr. Mendy said that the woman had not said she did not want to have sex and that afterwards she was cool with him, the judge reminds the jurors. Mr. Mendy said he had previously met woman 6 at a party at his Salford flat where he said they had had sex. At the July 2021 party, he said he was flirting with woman 6 after he had sex earlier that night with woman 7. He said if he had told woman 6 he wanted to have sex and they started to have sex but stopped as she was on her period, Judge Everett reminded the jurors. Mr. Mendy said he stayed in bed with her until the morning when he went to training. The defendant said that when he returned she was still there and everything was fine, Mr. Mendy had told the jurors. The defendant said in his evidence that she returned to his home many times subsequently. Mr. Mendy said he met woman 10 for the first time when he held another party in August 2021. She was 17, but Mr. Mendy had said he thought she was 24 or 25. Jack Grealish and Riyad Mahrez and other footballers were at the party, Mr. Mendy had said. Mr. Mendy said he was chilling with Jack and that woman 10 came over and was wearing one of his shirts and she said hello. He said he asked her age and that she had said she was 21 or 22, the jurors are reminded. He said he complimented her and he asked her for sex and she agreed. She had consented 1000%, Mr. Mendy had said. The woman later agreed to take the morning after pill, the defendant had said. Mr. Mendy said there was a knock on the door, but there was nobody there. He just left to rejoin the party with Jack Grealish and others. He said he later had sex with woman 11. When Mr. Mendy was cross-examined, the jurors are reminded he said he had plenty of time to think about his lifestyle in prison and they had admitted his life had gone badly wrong. Asked if he thought the sex he had had with women might have been bad for them, he had said he did not think there was an issue around consent. He denied he was lying to save himself. Mr. Mendy accepted he may have touched woman 3's leg, but that this would have just been an accident. Asked about CCTV, which appeared to show him drunk when he arrived home before his August 2021 party, the jurors are reminded Mr. Mendy denied he was so drunk he could have made a mistake about whether a woman was consenting to have sex or not. Mr. Mendy agreed his idea of flirting was simply to ask for sex, the judge reminds the jurors. The defendant admitted he never worried about sexually transmitted diseases unless there was a discussion about using a condom. Mr. Mendy agreed all that he wanted to do was have sex with people he did not know, nor would he see them again, but he denied he had treated them badly. The defendant agreed that Mr. Matturie would ensure girls were at the parties. When Mr. Mendy was asked whether he thought the lockdown rules didn't apply to him, the jurors are reminded that he had replied, "At the time, I was only thinking about partying." The defendant had gone on to say, "In my head, I did nothing wrong, so I keep going." The jurors are reminded of evidence of witnesses called by Mr. Mendy's defence. A personal assistant who worked for a number of footballers said he was the nicest person you would ever wish to meet. He wasn't arrogant in the slightest, the jurors are reminded. Asked about security, he recalled there were expensive watches in a drawer in his bedroom and she arranged for a lock to be added to the door. Another witness, a cleaner who worked for him at the house, said he was gentle, polite and well spoken. She recalled seeing the aftermath of parties and she had often had to clean up afterwards. She said she found a dress belonging to woman 3 and that she had it cleaned. The witness said she was quite shocked to hear about the allegations. Another witness said they never saw anything of concern and had never been asked to hand over her phone. She said she had casual sex with him and never had a problem getting out of the bedroom. She said Mr. Mendy was kind, the jurors are reminded. The witness said he saw women trying to approach Mr. Mendy and that he was always respectful. Another witness, a football scout involved in player care, said Mr. Mendy was likeable and approachable, although he was not the perfect professional as he often overslept. He had a big heart and would do anything to help people, the witness had told the trial. Mr. Mendy's agent had told the trial he started to go out more when he moved to Manchester and they had to have chats about his professionalism. City manager Pep Guardiola had said he was a really good boy and funny. He said he did not follow his players outside training and pointed out he was not the defendant's father, the jurors are reminded. A boyhood friend of Mendy had said he had helped his family, adding that he was a kind person. That the trial was then adjourned for lunch. The jury returned from lunch at approximately 2:15, and yes, interestingly enough, the judge then decided that was it. That was all the summing up he wanted to do, and the jurors were sent away to consider their verdicts. And the judges asked the jurors to reach unanimous verdicts, upon which they are all agreed on all 18 counts of the indictments. So there you have it. So I will keep you informed as and when. There's a lot to go through. It's not going to be I can't imagine. I have no idea particularly, but obviously we're talking 18 counts here, aren't we? So unless they go back to the room and decide very quickly, I doubt that. I'm sure they're going to look at each and everything independently, and I will keep you informed of what's going on. So keep that notification button pressed, and I will let you know. You'll probably hear things in the meantime, but you want to hear the word for word stuff, and there may be some questions given to the judge as well. That's what usually happens with the juries. They actually might have a question of law or something to ask the judge as they're going through what they do. So I will keep you informed. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, until we meet again, I always one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.